Did you know that just one misplaced item at your front door could lead your whole family into a cycle of making money, but never being able to keep it? Or worse, open the door to complete financial ruin? Hello there, I am Master Quan. In Feng Shui, the front door, known as the Guan, is considered the main gateway for all the prosperity energy to enter your home. If this flow of energy is blocked, disrupted, or pushed back out, then it is no different than opening the door just to let all your wealth slip away. And what's even more surprising is that some everyday habits which seem totally harmless can accidentally turn your front door into a money escape route. In today's video, I am going to show you the items that you should absolutely never place near your front door if you want to protect your abundance. I will also point out 4 dangerous feng shui warning signs that might already exist in your home. These are signs that your wealth energy is weakening, making it harder and harder for money to stay. These little details often go unnoticed, but they can determine whether a family enjoys prosperity or struggles with poverty. So stay with me until the end of this video, because just one small discovery and a quick fix could completely shift your home's financial destiny. But before we dive into the first part, I want you to leave a positive affirmation. Think of it as a way to invite prosperity in right now. You can write something like, "I open my door and welcome prosperity into my home." That affirmation is not just a comment, it is an action, one that opens your heart and mind to receiving abundance more easily. And if this is your first time visiting the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications, because even one tiny change you learn here could bring a major shift in your family's financial future. So what are those items? Let me reveal them to you right now. Listen closely, because if even one of these things is present at your front door, it could be nearly impossible for your family to hold on to wealth. Number 1, trash or trash bins. Trash and garbage bins not only ruin the aesthetic of your entryway, but they also generate a very dangerous form of energy in Feng Shui, known as filthy energy. This energy forms from foul odors, bacteria, and accumulated grime. It has a strong, spreading, and clinging nature. Once this kind of negative energy appears at your entrance, it quickly seeps into your living space, creating a heavy, suffocating atmosphere inside your home. Scientifically speaking, trash always attracts insects, mold, and unpleasant smells. These things directly affect your respiratory health and mental state. Living in such an environment can easily lead to fatigue, a lack of focus, and poor financial decisions, causing spending to spiral out of control. In Feng Shui, trash is considered a buildup of bad energy. It symbolizes loss and dissipation. So by unintentionally placing a trash bin near your front door, you are essentially inviting financial drain into your home. Even more dangerous is the habit many people have of leaving trash at the door, temporarily intending to take it out later. But that temporary moment turns into a routine, allowing negative energy to dominate this crucial area. Over time, this buildup becomes the reason why your household constantly feels like money slips through your fingers, even when the income is steady. Here is a simple yet extremely important tip: never leave trash or trash bins at your front door. Choose a discreet, out-of-the-way location for them, and most importantly, take the trash out regularly to keep the energy fresh. Every time you clean the entryway, you are not just tidying up your home, you are also opening up a new fresh flow of abundance. You will feel the change right away. The air becomes lighter, your mood improves, and most importantly, your financial energy starts to look brighter. Number 2, sharp or pointed objects. Placing sharp or pointed objects near your front door is a serious Feng Shui mistake. Items like decorative swords, knives, spears, or even mounted animal horns all radiate aggressive energy. This energy is called Shar energy, and it does not spread gently or evenly. Instead, it shoots out like an invisible force pointed directly at anyone entering or leaving the house. The first effect is a sense of unease. Anyone passing by the front door may feel subconsciously tense, like something is being aimed at them. The homeowner is no exception. Walking through this energy every day slowly wears down the body and spirit, causing irritability and a constant sense of restlessness that disrupts the peace needed to prosper. Even more concerning is how this aggressive energy interferes with the natural flow of positive energy. Instead of allowing life force to enter, smoothly sharp objects create a hostile barrier, like an invisible wall that blocks good luck. As a result, the family may experience more frequent arguments and financial difficulties because what should have been a soft, protective energy has now turned harsh and conflicting. Some people believe that placing a sword or knife at the door helps guard against evil spirits, but in reality, that method is only appropriate for specific buildings and should be used with expert Feng Shui guidance. For a regular home, it does not bring protection. It only makes the space more tense and imbalanced. The advice here is clear: do not display sharp or pointed items at your front door. If you want to create a sense of protection, try using more balanced, harmonious objects instead, like a metal wind chime with a clear, calming sound, or a lush potted plant with round, full leaves. These are gentle yet effective ways to invite positive energy and maintain a peaceful flow without creating pressure or invisible threats. Number 3, dried plants, wilted flowers, or anything dead. Dried out plants, wilted flowers, or any kind of dead object placed near the front door are all considered extremely bad Feng Shui signs. In Feng Shui, plants symbolize life growth and vibrant energy. A healthy, thriving plant brings in fresh energy and acts as an invitation for abundance to enter your home. But once a plant has dried out or flowers have wilted, they no longer represent vitality. They become sources of dead energy. Dead energy is heavy, stagnant, and carries a message of decline and deterioration. When this energy sits right at the main entrance, it unintentionally sends the first message to the outside world: this home is fading, lifeless. That kind of message makes positive energy hesitate to enter, while negative energy finds it easier to settle in. The result is a home that feels drained, gloomy, and financially unstable. Some people keep wilted flowers or dried plants for sentimental reasons or simply because they have not gotten around to clearing them away. But that delay only helps maintain the presence of negative energy. Every day that you walk past a dead plant at your front door, you are silently reinforcing a message of stagnation and blockage. Over time, this affects your mood, and your mood directly influences your decisions in work and finances. A key principle to remember is that the front door always needs freshness. If you want to use plants or flowers for decoration, make sure they are always lush and full of life. Water them regularly, trim off yellowing leaves, and replace old flowers with fresh ones. And if a plant cannot be revived, the best thing to do is boldly let it go and replace it with something new. Do not hold on out of guilt or nostalgia, because starting fresh is exactly how you reset the energy of your home, welcoming new life and new wealth. Number 4, bills and debt letters. Bills, debt letters, or stacked up mail placed right near the front door are one of the most common mistakes families make without even realizing it. At first glance, this habit may seem harmless, but both in terms of practical financial management and Feng Shui, it is actually a warning sign that directly affects the financial stability of your household. First of all, bills and debt papers represent money flowing out, payments that need to be made. When they are placed at the front door, the area associated with entering and exiting, symbolically, it is no different than opening the way for money to constantly leave your home. Every time you walk past that pile of paperwork, whether you consciously think about it or not, your subconscious still registers a message. Money is going out, which creates a lingering sense of financial insecurity. In practical terms, leaving bills near the door also increases the chances of forgetting to pay them or missing due dates. As bills pile up, they become a psychological burden, making you feel constantly pressured, as if you are stuck in an endless financial loop. The longer you leave them there, the stronger the negative energy they generate becomes, directly impacting your mental state, and from there leading to poor decisions in managing money. That is why some families, despite having stable income, still feel like it is never enough. In Feng Shui, the area around the front door should always be clean, bright, and inviting to attract positive energy. When bills and debt letters are sitting right there, they turn this vital space into a source of pressure and mental strain. The result is not just financial difficulty, but also increased tension in relationships, because no one wants to walk into their home and be greeted by a pile of debt every day. The solution is very simple. Never keep bills or debt papers at your front door. Choose a separate, organized location, ideally in a closed cabinet or storage box, and deal with them on a regular schedule to avoid buildup. Once you remove that stack of paperwork from the entrance, you will immediately feel the space become lighter and your own mind more relaxed and focused, ready to make smarter financial decisions. Number 5. Cracked or broken mirrors. In Feng Shui, mirrors are very special objects. They are not only used for reflection, but also to expand light visually in large space and multiply positive energy. A clean, intact mirror can make the front entryway look brighter, more spacious, and more inviting for good energy to enter. However, once a mirror becomes cracked or broken, all of that meaning reverses. Instead of doubling good fortune, a cracked mirror reflects distorted images, symbolizing division, conflict, and scattered wealth. Placing a broken mirror near your front door is like unintentionally hanging a bad omen outside your home. Things inside here are broken. That fractured image does not just affect the flow of energy, it also plants a subtle sense of unease and instability in the minds of those coming in or out. In ancient beliefs, a cracked mirror is seen as a sign of broken relationships, financial losses, and an inability to maintain harmony in the household. On a psychological level, a broken mirror also has a strong effect. Every time someone passes by and sees a fragmented reflection, it creates subconscious feelings of sadness or anxiety without them even knowing why. Over time, this negative energy can wear down motivation, leading to poor financial decisions and setbacks in one's career. And especially when guests come over, and the first thing they see is a cracked mirror, the initial impression they get is one of instability and lack of order, which can affect the image of the entire family. For that reason, the advice is very clear: never hang or leave cracked or broken mirrors at your front entrance. If a mirror is damaged, replace it immediately with a new, clean and intact one. Do not hold on to something that no longer carries positive energy. Replacing a mirror is just like refreshing the gateway of your home. It allows light to reflect clearly, positive energy to circulate freely, and prosperity to gather with ease. But remember, it is not just the front door that determines your financial luck. Your entire home can show signs that, if misaligned in Feng Shui, may serve as early warnings of financial loss or even bankruptcy. And right now, I am going to show you 4 of the clearest signs that could determine whether a family thrives or struggles. Sign number 1. Too many dark, shadowy corners in the house. A house filled with too many dark, shadowy corners is a clear indication of imbalance in Feng Shui. These areas are places where light cannot reach, which means that yang energy, the active, growing life force, is absent. When yang energy weakens, yin energy immediately takes over. Yin energy is stagnant still and associated with decline and deterioration. So the presence of dark corners shows that life force is being blocked, financial energy cannot grow, and money flow is likely to become stagnant. In Feng Shui, light symbolizes clarity, expansion, and constant movement. A bright and well-lit home means energy is being nurtured and opportunities can easily flow in. But when light is missing, especially in key areas like the living room, hallways, or shared spaces, it shows that energy flow has been interrupted. Life force cannot find its way while yin energy accumulates and creates a heavy, sluggish atmosphere. This leads to blocked financial luck, missed opportunities, and a home that feels like a clogged stream, unable to flow freely. A home with many dark corners also reflects a lack of care or attention from the homeowner. Bright, tidy spaces often reflect a connection to fresh energy. In contrast, neglected corners become pockets where old, stale energy gathers. In Feng Shui, this is seen as an early warning sign the home is no longer nurturing prosperity and the financial foundation is starting to weaken. In other words, the presence of many dark corners is not just a lighting issue. It is concrete proof of an imbalance between yin and yang in your living space. When this balance is lost, all energy flows become chaotic. Prosperity cannot settle, and money that comes in is unlikely to stay. That is why older wisdom often considers gloomy, dim homes to be an ill omen, a place where progress is blocked, success is hard to maintain, and financial ruin may be on the horizon. Sign number 2, staircase positioned in the wrong direction. A staircase placed in the wrong direction is a particularly serious feng shui issue because staircases act like the channel through which energy flows throughout the home. When that flow is misaligned, it does not just disrupt the movement of prosperity, it can actually cause it to drain away. In many cases, you can tell a family's financial condition just by looking at where the staircase is located. One of the worst layouts is when the staircase directly faces the front door. According to Feng Shui principles, the front door is where energy enters, but a staircase right across from it pulls that energy either straight upstairs or forces it back out. This means wealth comes in but does not stay, it immediately leaves. That is why many families, even with high incomes, struggle to save or maintain wealth, eventually facing financial exhaustion. Another bad layout is when the staircase directly faces the kitchen. In Feng Shui, the kitchen represents the wealth vault, the place that holds fire and stores prosperity. When the staircase points toward the kitchen, the flow of energy becomes too strong and sweeps away the kitchen's energy, creating a clash between water and fire elements. The result is financial instability. Money that comes in is quickly spent, leaving little behind. Also, staircases that are too steep or too narrow are considered bad designs. A steep staircase causes energy to move too quickly, like a fast current that cannot retain anything. A narrow staircase compresses energy, making it hard to circulate, which blocks wealth flow. These might seem like small details, but they are clear signs that the home is out of balance and the family's finances may be unstable. Remember, a staircase is not just a way to move between floors, it is a vertical channel for energy. When this channel is off, the energy becomes confused and chaotic. In Feng Shui staircase, misalignment is often connected with the problem of money comes in but does not stay, one of the root causes of financial decline. Sign number 3, fish tanks or water features in the wrong place. Fish tanks, water fountains, or any water-related element inside the home carry powerful Feng Shui, meaning because water represents wealth. However, when placed incorrectly, water stops being a symbol of prosperity and instead becomes the cause of financial loss or even ruin. This is one of the most common signs that a home may be facing financial trouble. A frequent mistake is placing a fish tank or water container directly behind the stove. In Feng Shui, the stove belongs to the fire element and represents your wealth vault. Water, on the other hand, belongs to the water element. When water faces fire, directly conflict occurs, causing financial instability. The result is wealth that cannot be held on to, like a fire that has just started but gets extinguished right away. Many families think putting a fish tank near the kitchen will feel cooler, but in reality, it disrupts the very energy that supports prosperity. Another issue is leaky faucets or constantly dripping water features. In Feng Shui, leaking water is interpreted as money leaking away. Even if it is just a slow drip over time, it becomes a financial blood loss that keeps the family in a constant state of strain, unable to accumulate savings. This is especially true for families who feel like no matter how much we earn, it is never enough, because their wealth energy is literally leaking away inside the home. Improper placement of a fish tank is also a big concern. For example, placing one in the bedroom can create overwhelming water energy, which causes restlessness and weakens mental clarity, especially when it comes to financial decisions. Putting a tank in a hallway or under a staircase can make energy flows chaotic, dispersing wealth instead of allowing it to settle. The key idea is this water must be placed correctly to nurture and harmonize with other elements. When water's out of place, it stops helping and starts harming. A home with misaligned water features is a clear warning sign that the family may face financial instability and struggle to maintain long-term abundance. Sign number 4, a messy or poorly arranged bedroom. The bedroom is not just a place to sleep, it is where your energy is restored. When this space is messy or disorganized, that restorative energy becomes chaotic, directly affecting your ability to manage and maintain wealth. One common mistake is placing the bed directly in line with the bedroom door. This position allows energy to rush straight from the door to the bed, creating a feeling of insecurity and shallow sleep. In Feng Shui, this layout symbolizes wealth that cannot stay. Energy moves too quickly to settle down. Another mistake is placing the bed too close to a window, especially a large one. Windows are where energy flows in and out. If your bed is right next to one, your rest is constantly disturbed. This lack of stability leads not only to poor sleep, but also reflects financial instability. Money may come in, but disappears just as fast. Many families with beds next to large windows often experience difficulty in saving or accumulating wealth. A cluttered bedroom with piles of objects and disorganized furniture is another clear warning sign. Clutter creates stuck, heavy energy. Living in such an environment causes tension and mental fog, making poor financial decisions more likely. In Feng Shui, a messy bedroom is a mirror of a chaotic financial life. Uncontrolled spending, lack of clarity, and difficulty in maintaining lasting abundance. So now we have looked at the forbidden items near your front door and 4 Feng Shui warning signs that show a home may be draining wealth. Whether it is trash, sharp objects, dead plants at the door, or dark corners, poorly placed, stairs, misaligned water features, or a chaotic bedroom, they all point to one thing: energy in the home is out of balance. But do not worry, any imbalance can be corrected. Even small changes can make a big difference. When your front door is bright, your home is clean. Your rooms are organized and fresh energy is flowing. Prosperity will not just arrive, it will stay. Remember, Feng Shui is not something complicated or mystical. It is simply the art of living in harmony with your space. A small change today can open up a whole new path tomorrow. So start with the simplest things and let the transformation begin. To activate your prosperity energy right now, I invite you to leave a positive affirmation in the comments. Wealth is flowing into my home and staying for good. And if you found these insights helpful, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on weekly Feng Shui tips. This is how you nourish abundance, hold on to peace, and welcome prosperity into your life.